Alrighty folks, my sister's replacing this aluminum window with a vinyl right there. And she has removed the trim from the window. And this is how she removed it. She first scored a line in the caulking joint there, and she used a flat bar, that little pry bar, to pry it out, pry the wood out.
Reached in there like that. Imagine this is under here like this. I had to hammer this in.
Hammer the flat bar in.
When I did this, it pushes that piece up. I don't want to damage my siding, so I did this a
Rocked it out. Yeah, pried it out.
Did it here too. Probably pull a little bit here. That starts them out. Once you see you have movement, you know you can do it.
She got the flat bar in, and then she hammered the head in right there.
Yeah.
The very head in, and she pried it out. When you do that, you're going to damage the window, but if you're getting rid of this window, nobody cares. It will also, can we flip the wood and show them? It'll also indent the wood a bit, like right over there. That's no big thing. You can cover it up with caulking.
Yeah, it's going to be under here anyhow. The next time. Or you
So-
can put new trim in if you want.
So she's replaced the window. She gets the trim off, and what does she see? The window is behind the original siding. Somebody put this hardy plank siding over this, which, you know, is proper and fine. But she has to now be able to get to the nailing fin or flange right here, or she can't get the window out. And we've talked about a couple of ways to do it, but she's going to use a circular saw to cut. So on this side, she has an issue with, can you put that up? She's going to need to come back here about 1.5 inches to cut that, get the blade back. And what she's faced with is an unsmooth surface because of the lap siding, right? So what we've decided we'll do is we'll take a 1x1 or something like that, a piece of wood that is thicker than the depth of this, and it is smooth, and we're going to use that as the guide.
Some piece of wood like that.
So you see, y'all, it's just a scrap piece of wood, and she's going to nail the wood into the existing siding, so that if you can see here, this piece of wood is higher than the point on that lap siding. So the saw itself will guide along there with the depth of the blade correctly set, and it won't undulate in and out because of this lap siding. All right, y'all, she's taking the nails out. Sister, she's using a cat's paw or a nail puller. That's a nail puller. And watch what she does. She starts about a 1/16 of an inch up
to an
off,
eighth.
up off that nail, and watch what she does.
Kind of diving in at roughly about a 45-degree angle, but to get behind that nail fin head.
See that coming out real nice?
Yeah.
Give her a wacky doodle, sister. There you go, y'all. Safety glasses, y'all. Safety glasses, don't ever forget those when you're working with wood. So you see the wood fly off. So she's just going to go around and get around the perimeter of the window, pull the nails that are in the fin. All the nails have been removed, right? Now's the time to cut the siding to get access to the nailing flange or fin on this window to be able to remove it. Okay, so what she's going to do is she's going to use pieces of wood to make a guide here that will hold it off.
I don't want the circular saw to catch on this head. So I am going to
put a divot in it.
Put a divot the size of that head.
See the head? She's going to use a drill bit and then sink in this hole, do a divot so that the head of that screw sinks under. So when the saw guide is going along, it doesn't hit on that head.
And that's all you need.
Yeah, you don't need very much. See, y'all? Right there. Not very much. Just sink that head flat. So flat as the surface. She's screwing these in because she doesn't want to pound on the house. It's just, it takes a little more time, but it's better technique, y'all. It's kinder on your home.
Yeah, on the sheetrock on the inside of your house. And you put a crack in it. Get a drill bit that's just slightly larger than your screw, because it doesn't need to screw into here. It needs to go through there and screw into your side.
You see what she's saying? This screw needs to go in here without resistance. It doesn't need to hold anything. The screw just needs to hold within the siding up there itself. So she's going to use the larger drill bit so that this screw will not meet resistance. There you go. Okay, now I'll show you while she gets the other piece of wood. You see how the head is sunk? That's why she did the divot. So when she comes along with that saw blade or the guide, it won't jump on that. So she's going to use that drill bit to get the depth.
Score it a little bit.
Yep, with a razor blade. Then she's going to look at the depth. Okay, that's how thick that side is.
That looks like
down here, she can put the saw right on this surface because she has the room. So she's going to set that at a 1/2 inch. The blade, so it takes it into the wood 1/2 inch and a little bit past into the siding. Over here, she's going to set it a 1/2 inch plus whatever this depth is that holds this off. A couple of things, y'all, before we show you what we're going to do here. She drew a line around the perimeter of the window where she's going to cut it, and she just used she used this, y'all. And it's 1 3/8 inches. You just want to clear the flange, the nailing flange. This one, to keep in mind, is metal, some may be vinyl, what have you. Now she's going to set the depth of the saw.
Yeah.
So we know that the siding is 3/8 inch. She's going to go a 1/2 inch in.
I have no battery on here. That's key when you're setting the depth and everything. It's really much safer without that. This is 1/2 plus the 1/16, and that's what I'm going to go. I only need a 1/2 inch, so I'm just going to have that blade just tick right there, just shy of it.
Safety glasses, y'all.
Okay, people, keep any loose clothing away from you. You don't want that near that saw.
Yep.
Okay, for people who are new to using circular saws, you start off your wood. Start your saw, and then bring it down into the wood, and then move along your surface. It's free. Even though you see the line there, you'll only be about 1/8 or so of an inch, maybe. Looks like about a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch down there, so you'll have to use a chisel in there.
My sister has to adjust the blade not only for the depth of the siding, but also the depth of these pieces of wood we would put in place so that she can guide the saw smoothly and not hit the siding. She's just using these 2 pieces of wood to set the depth of the blade for the cut on the side of the window. Remember, y'all, when you're going to go into a cut that you've already done some cutting on, don't put the blade right up against the end of the previous cut. Back it off and then start it and go in.
Back it off from the end of the cut and the depth of the cut.
Yeah.
A little bit, so you ease into it so you don't jam your blade.
We'll remove the guides from over on that side, right there. Doop, to right here. And the reason we did it is, all she had to rest the saw on was this. She's got the electrical over here, we're not going to remove. And so she removed the guides from over on that side and put them over here. Alright, y'all, it's all been cut. Okay? So what we're going to do now is go to the inside and release the caulking joint. Cut that so we can remove the window. But just to give you a general idea, that is how you deal with a window, sliding glass door, or a sliding glass door, when you're trying to replace the window and you have the nail filler flange behind existing siding. Before you put the window back in, the new window in, you have to put filler wood here, plywood, to build it up so it's at the same flat surface. It's the same surface as the siding itself, the existing siding. I guess the same plane, huh? It's on the same plane.
Same elevation?
Same elevation, there you go. Okay, y'all, what she's doing is she's going to use the razor blade right there.
Nice fresh one.
Nice fresh one. She's gonna cut the caulking joint. All right, y'all get it. Just, you've got to cut the caulking line to release that window from the finish, the drywall, the painted surface. If you don't, you'll damage this and then have to repair it.
Yeah,
What's happening, y'all, is this piece of wood that we cut around the window is actually coming off in one piece, so we're mucho happy. Great. We cut the piece of wood away. That's over here hanging out because we're going to reuse it. It's right here. And now only a couple of nails, like one there and a couple on that side and one up at the top, have to be removed. Well, we don't think we're going to do it today because it's too windy, but that is how you deal with a window when you're trying to remove or replace a window or a sliding glass door and you have the flange behind existing siding. And there you have it. That's how you get the siding off that's in the way of a window that you need to replace. There y'all are. She done, and we hope it helps. Happy DIYing.